week before my fight, watching Pacquiao put on such a great performance against a young Adrian Broner actually inspired me because I was coming off of a 2-year layoff, a lot of inactivity, and it was just really nice to see that when you have love for the sport and you dedicate yourself, you know, you can just keep on fighting. Manny Pacquiao, after this fight, he talked about how he was ready for more, and I'm definitely going to give him more.
So this is the 9th round now. I mean, Pacquiao throughout had...
I got to be honest with you. You know, Keith Thurman signed the contract. Manny Pacquiao signed the contract for the drug testing. Do I believe that these guys are doing HGH and, you know, GW 15, 16, Gerald Miller's super fucking virus shit, PDs? I really don't care anymore. Those days are long gone. These are grown men. They signed the contract. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live, June the 25th, 2019, 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What we will talk about is this. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, if you haven't seen an episode yet, then look it up. Thurman versus Pacquiao, or Pacquiao versus Thurman, PBC face-to-face. You know, kind of like it used to be with HBO Face-Off with Max Kellerman, but this one is moderated, or mediated, excuse me, by Brian Campbell. So, Thurman versus Lopez, so far, is the best one I've seen. Jamel Charlo versus Cotto was pretty good. And I'm hearing that Jamel Charlo versus Tony Harrison was the best ever, but that's under lock and key because, well, the fight got postponed. And they'll probably do a reshoot of that later on down the line. So I'm looking forward to this. However, I noticed there's 2 Keith Thurmans. When Pacquiao's not around or not, you know, they're not in the same room or doing some promo together, you know, he's talking like real big shit. But when they're together, he's like all respectful, and I get it and everything like that. I'm not saying that he's scared or whatever, but it's like, yo, keep the same energy, bro. Also, ticket sales seem to be doing, you know, pretty good. It doesn't seem as though they overpriced. I guess they really didn't want to fuck around too much with this, and they wanted to make sure they really sold this event. Because from my, like, look, these are the only sections that are left. It's not, you know, the most expensive ticket is $5,900. Is this one of those situations where fans are going to say, well, you know, the secondary markets and all that shit got the tickets? Either way, I expect for all those seats to be filled. This is a very meaningful and significant fight. It's crazy that just 5 years ago, this would have been a at least 1.1 million pay-per-view buy fight, right? Imagine the landscape of what Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley was at that time. Remember? And what did that do on pay-per-view? I forgot exactly, but didn't that do around 800, 900 the first fight? So Keith Thurman at this point in time, like, yeah, you know, like this would have been, it's a shame. This would have been a million view pay-per-view fight, purchased fight just about 5 years ago, but the landscape has changed. And sadly, this could be another fight where Pacquiao could be actually losing and getting knocked the fuck out. Not like my bad. I was saying that it's not like Marquez, you know, where he got put to sleep. Keith Thurman is no joke, and he's young and in his prime. And he has a very high ring IQ. I'm highly interested in this fight because since Floyd Mayweather, and then before that, Timothy Bradley, the first fight, who hasn't been, you know, like, as even of odds? I'm sorry, I love Manny Pacquiao to death. I think he can do it. But am I going to put money on him? I don't gamble, by the way. Hell no. So in regard to the drug testing, it's supposed to be the Nevada State Athletic Commission handling it. You know, don't get me started on, you know, the whole narrative starting all over again because it's not VADA testing. You know how many fights that are happening right now with your favorite fighters that are not using VADA testing or any drug testing that we know of? Now, I do like the fact that the fans, you know, are keeping the energy of putting it on the fighters. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you ain't taking VADA? You know, I love that. I love, like, we'll be looking like, hold up, you ain't in VADA, so, you know. But at the end of the day, both fighters signed for it. May the best juicer win. I'm not saying any of these guys are juicing. And if Manny's juicing, then, you know, he's supposed to be a man of God, then he's going to go to hell. Cheating is like a sin, right? Keith Thurman, I don't think he would, you know, he's too much of a hippie. You know, I'm not saying you shouldn't put anything past anybody, but I'm just saying, you know, Manny better not be juicing no more, though. I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying there was a time with the secret of reason, juices and shakes, and him being scared of needles and shit. Shit was, and he was full of sin. He was full of sin back then. He did admit that, you know, him and Boo Boy, didn't he say experimented with nose clams before cocaine? You know, man needs to be full of fucking sin. I got some photos, man. You know, but not. Let's just stop. Let's move on. Anyway, how many days is it? Hey Siri, how many days until July 20th?
It's 25 days until then.
I'm getting excited, you know, because what if it's the end of Manny? Now, here's my theory. If it's Keith Thurman who wins, Keith Thurman could change up on us and try to take like a tune-up, you know, or maybe fight the winner of Danny Garcia versus Mikey Garcia. That's supposed to be taking place sometime this fall. If Pacquiao wins, he can go the same route. If Pacquiao loses, he can go the same route of fighting the Danny Garcia versus Mikey Garcia winner. For some reason, I feel like Errol Spence versus Sean Porter, that's happening. Both fighters have confirmed. I got a video coming out on that I'm going to be doing soon, just to get the little details out, you know. And it's nothing that we don't already know, or if you haven't been on social media. It's supposed to be happening in September. Even though they're saying Wilder versus Ortiz will happen in September, they're going to do one on free TV. Who knows? The storylines are going to be interesting because, see, if Pacquiao loses, and depending on how he loses, does he retire? You know, I don't want to see it though. I don't want to see Manny get hurt, but I think he's gonna get hurt in there, man. We're gonna see though. You got to respect his balls. You know, you got to, I mean, even though he may look at Thurman as being, you know, the wink link, you know, he could have fought Mikey Garcia. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is and to me, Mikey Garcia is the weak link at 147. To me, just at 147. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.